Hey guys, out in the garage today, and I've got the Ram in here. Today I'm going to be replacing some worn out wiper blades. Now you can just go to the hardware store and pick up a set of replacement wiper blades, but with my experience in Canada and the freezing winters that we have, factory wiper blades for some reason seem to work better than most that I've seen. So I prefer to keep factory wiper blades as long as possible. So today I'm just going to be replacing the insert in the wiper blade. So obviously the first thing you're going to do is remove your wiper blade. There's different ways of getting these off. On the Ram, I'm just going to pop up this little cover, pull a tab here, and then the wiper blade will slide right off. Okay, so I've got the wiper blade off here, and as you can see, it's in really bad condition. This is all falling apart. So I bought these replacements on Amazon. These look pretty good to me. And as you can see, it's much longer than the existing one. So once I get it off, I'm going to put them side by side and I'll cut it down to the length I need. First, we have to remove the old blade. Now, there are some vehicles that have ready-made replacement inserts. You just slide it right out, slide the new one in. It's super easy. These aren't made to be replaced, but you can do it anyway. So if we see here on the Ram, we have a cap that clips out here and it clips on the other side. And this is made up of a plastic piece. There's two separate plastic pieces here that clip onto this main assembly. And there's two metal bars that run along here, the full length. And this thing is just held together with just these 5 or 6 pieces all clipping together. There's no screws, there's no real locking tabs other than the ends. So when you do take this apart, it could fall apart completely. So I recommend just taking apart one side at a time. If you take off both, then the two metal beams are going to fall apart together. They may fall out of this piece here, and then you end up with a bunch of pieces, and it's kind of tricky to get back together. That is sometimes the only way to replace these, is take it apart completely, put the insert in. Like, everything's a structural component of this. But on this, we're going to try just taking apart one end at a time, sliding the old one out, the new one in. So to do that, the two metal beams run along this edge here, and the end cap locks in from the sides. So we're just going to grab a small little flat screwdriver, and I'm just going to slide under and out just to kind of pry that out there. You want to pry very carefully, push up with your thumb at the same time. But this one's been worked a little bit, so it's a little bit easier. When it's new, they're very stiff and hard to get off. So I'm going to reach under here again. So we're just going to lift it up and out just to get past that metal piece. We're just going to work it out there. And I'm pushing with my thumb and my finger. So that side's definitely unlocked. I'm just going to try to get this side out. There. So I've got this cover off. Now you can see the two metal beams here. These are just separated and held loosely with the actual insert. So I'm just going to start tugging on that, working it from the other end, just a little at a time. And remember, once this insert is out, this whole piece may collapse. It's the actual structural part of it. So I'm just going to keep working it out, and now we can see it sliding much easier. So I'm going to be very careful and just lay this down for now. So I don't want it to come apart. So it seems to be holding together quite well. I've taken these apart before, and I can tell you Subaru ones do not stay together nicely. So I've got our insert here. I'm just going to lay it next to the old one, back to back, so I can get the length right. And I'm going to grab some scissors. Try to get this into view so we can see here where the edge is. I'm just going to cut it off at the same length. Double check. I've got to take a little more off, about 1/4 inch. There, that looks good. All right, get this guy out of the way. Now I'm just going to take some silicone lube, and I'm going to spray that on the inside here. Give us a little more chance to get this new guy in. And we're just going to carefully work it in the same way we took out the last one. Now we've got two grooves here, and you noticed earlier we were actually in the top groove, so that's where we're going to slide back in. So far it's going in nice. The silicone lubricant makes a big difference. Work it a little bit. So I've got some old paint chipping off. That's kind of jamming up here. Pull that out. So there's a little bit of a plastic notch here I'm getting caught on. I'm just pulling up slightly to get past that. And keep working it along. So the old paint is definitely making it difficult. So just keep working and it'll get in there. Okay, so it takes a little bit of patience, but eventually we got it in there. Now we're going to put the cap back on. Okay, so the cap's back on. We've got our new insert in. Just going to flex it a little bit. Make sure it's not bunched anywhere. It's not binding. As you can see, a lot of that old paint came off. So we may have an issue in the future with this starting to rust. I'm not sure if they use carbon steel or stainless steel on this, but we'll see. For now, it still seems good and strong. So there we have it, ready to go back on. So there we go, good as new. Well, that's going to be it for this video. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do, and I'll see you in the next one.